Good day, Minecraftians. Purple Mentat here, bringing you episode 9 of my Agrarian Skies Season 2. This game pack by Jadedcat is available on the Feed the Beast launcher. I am playing on Ruin Wolf's stream server. So, what do we have over here? Well, last time we left off with manually gathering some bloodwood leaves to get some redstone. Now, I have another harvester built, and a handful of barrels, some item ducts leading into those barrels. That's going to harvest my bloodwood trees for me. However, to power that thing, I'm going to need to make something new, because I don't have enough hardened energy conduits to run power all the way over there, and also I have no desire to do so. Oh, look at that. Doing pretty well on the biofuel. Every now and then come over, check on the planter, pull out any excess seeds, netherwort, and saplings, as well as potatoes, and fill up the bioreactor. I'm looking to get to where I have, extra of everything in the reactor itself. So I'm up to a stack of carrots, potatoes, and saplings in there. I need to wait for more seeds and netherwort to come in. I also reconfigured the planter to take away one of those areas of carrots, because carrots grow like weeds, and add another thing of wheat, because I'm just going to need more wheat. Alright, so how am I going to get that harvester powered? Well, last time I was starting to build myself a leadstone energy cell. Let me double check my quest book real quick. Oh yeah, moving power. Wants a leadstone energy conduit, a hardened energy conduit, a redstone energy conduit, which I can't quite make yet, but I will be able to soon, and a rednet energy cable. The rednet energy cable, as you can see, it's made with some electrum, some rednet, and a block of redstone. We're not going to be making that anytime soon. What I'm going to be doing instead is working on the leadstone and then hardened energy energy cell. So let me look up cell. I already have a block of redstone in my inventory. To make the leadstone energy cell, I need a leadstone energy cell frame, which is simply some glass, some lead, and that block of redstone. Oh, glass is in my inventory. It's a good place for it. And then I can turn the frame into the energy cell itself with a bit of copper and some a redstone conductance coil, which I'm going to need to take some gold and some silver to put those in my smeltery to get this. And I'm actually going to grab a block of each, because why not? There we go. Oh. Forgot, I don't have a crafting table in here anymore. I need more crafting tables. I need to build more machinist workbenches and scatter them around and set them up with all of the cool things that I'll want to use them for. So I'm going to smelt these down, and one block of silver and one block of gold, when smelted in the smeltery, is going to turn into 2 blocks of electrum for me. Because molten electrum in the alloy smeltery, 1 ingot of gold and 1 ingot of silver becomes 2 ingots of molten electrum. And we're going to turn this off and get you all set, ready to export that block for me. There we go. Okay, so I guess I need to come back once those are done cooking. See you soon. Okay, I got my electrum out of my smeltery, made myself a couple of redstone conductance coils. It's actually one more than I needed at the moment, but that's okay. Add the conductance coil with the energy cell frame, the ingots, and I get a leadstone energy cell. Now, the issues with this is, once again, it can only send and receive 40 at a time. So I'm going to want to take that leadstone energy cell and upgrade it with 4 invar to a hardened energy cell. And I have the invar. Good. And this can send and receive up to 400, but I need to put it down in the world and increase the max, which can go up to 400. There we go. So I'm going to gather that back up. We're going to take this over here to our power, and I'm going to gather a whole bunch of power out of that biofuel generator just by setting you right there. And as you can see, the power is rushing in. It can hold up to 2 million redstone flux, which, given that this thing produces 160 per tick, well, that 160, hang on, buttons are hard. 160 by 20 gets us 3,200 per second. So at 2 million, it is going to take us 625 seconds, or about 10 minutes, to fill that thing up. Well, I don't need to fill the entire thing up. I have over 100,000 power in there right now. That'll be plenty for the purposes that I have in mind for it. As my purposes are to come over here with it and plop it right on top, or, well, right next to. We'll put it right here, next to that harvester. And I'm going to set it to output out the back on orange, and it's pouring power into the harvester. The harvester is working, well, it's getting energy. It's not, oh, there's some sludge in there. Oh, the harvester needs to have that set to output. There we go. And now the harvester is working very hard to gather up all of the leaves and all of the wood from that. Oh, maybe not all of the wood. It only gathered the leaves so far. I mean, it only gathered, maybe not all of the leaves. It only gathered the wood. All right, I'm going to go down there and clear that out by, manually. I'll be back in a moment to show you this thing in action. All right, I went down there, cleared everything out, made sure that we are at a good fresh start for a brand new sapling to grow. Going to grab myself a stack of bone meal, and we're going to grow that sapling. There we go. Simple as that. And then, if I take a look down over the side, I should soon, well, actually, if I just take a look over here, I should see the harvester working quite hard to make it happen. No, it's stalled out once again. Hang on. Why are you stalling out, harvester? What is the problem here? Oh, crap. Okay, well, this is going to be a bit exciting. Because I don't have any blocks on me. Let me go change that. Going to need to get myself some cobblestone so that I can go recollect my harvester. Because I can't just leave it down there on those leaves. But this thing should be able to harvest the bloodwood without a problem, and I don't know why it's having trouble. There we go. I'm not 100% certain. Oh, I was close enough. Okay, so I didn't need the blocks, but, you know, safety first. When I'm hurling myself off of the edge towards the void. All right, now. The harvester there. It's all set up in the proper way. And now it's harvesting proper. That's a lot better. Oh, and then it stopped again. Alright, let me investigate this and figure out why this is happening the way it is. Okay, so honestly, just a derp tap moment. I had the redstone barrel locked on nothing, and I thought that it would still automatically filter the redstone in. But no, it was locked on nothing, and I think I did the same thing last season too. So I really ought to know better, but there it is. So, this is a pretty good setup already. That, I mean, it used like basically all of the power in, all of the 100,000 power that I had in there to harvest that one sapling, but it gave me 14 more redstone. So, I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to get myself some redstone going, and then I'm going to get this thing set up to run continuously without my supervision. Back soon. Alrighty, folks, now that we have the energy cell fully powered, we're going to grab that and this autonomous activator. We're going to take these over to the Bloodwood Tree Farm. Going to get that hardened energy cell put back into place, start the harvester working again. It should happen anytime. Oh, it's not even idle, so it is working right along. And we can probably see, yep, items are pouring in, getting more redstone, up to 16 now, which is fantastic. Watch it all disappear. It's clearing out the leaves, then sucking up the trunk. I'm going to have to give some sort of outlet for the extra trunk and such at some point, but that can wait. And now, for the final aspect of this all, I'm going to get an autonomous activator here. We're going to rotate that so it's facing the sapling point. And we're going to set it to right-click, round robin, set up 8 of the spots as bloodwood saplings, or blood saplings, and put a thing of bone meal in the last one. So what this is going to do, it's going to cycle through all of them, attempting to place the saplings, and then it'll bone meal it. And maybe it'll grow, maybe it won't. And then it'll cycle through all of them again, trying to place them all. And then it'll bone meal, and it'll cause it to grow, and the harvester will immediately start eating it up. and we'll place another sapling and wait till as it cycles through. It usually takes a couple of bone meal to grow one of these, so I shouldn't lose out too much. Occasionally, another one will override some of the leaves, but for the most part, they should all get eaten up by the harvester before that happens. And as you can see, the redstone is pouring in. Everything is going awesomely over here. Let me hit F7 and turn those X's off for now. Now, I am burning through a lot of power doing this. I'm going to need to get more power over here. And honestly, this isn't a perfect setup, but it is a good low resource investment setup. It only takes one autonomous activator with no extras to do this. I don't need any sort of timers or controllers or anything like that. Later on, I'll be able to upgrade this system to work even better than it currently is and be a little bit more efficient with the bone meal. However, I'm just like, I'm up to almost a stack of redstone. I've gained 42 redstone in the time since I set up that autonomous activator. I think I'm in good shape. Yeah, we're doing good. Okay, so now that I have a bunch of redstone pouring in and a decent power supply available, it's time to finish off the quests in Learning to Skyblock, specifically the moving power quests. And to do that, I'm going to grab this redstone. I'm going to head back to my base because it is time for a magma crucible. I believe it's called that. Let me double check. Well, either way, I know that I'm going to need a machine frame. So input that. I don't have the glass. Now I do. Look for a magma crucible. There we are. I need nether brick, which is created from nether bricks, which can be made by smelting netherrack. So that's one potential path. I can also smelt soul sand and nether rack in an induction smelter. And that will get me 2 nether bricks per instead of 1, and with a good chance of some sulfur. So let's build our induction smelter first. That is going to be my path to nether brick, as I am attempting to do as close to a 0 nether playthrough as possible. And this is a very simple recipe, as you can see. So let's get that put together real quick. Whoops. Need to actually get my redstone into the device. And I'm going to need a bucket. 1 bucket. 1 induction smelter. Fantastic. So I have the ability to produce gobs of soul sand automatically. I can gain the ability to do the same for redstone if I grab one of my hoppers that I have extra, which I believe I have an extra one in here. Yes, I do. Come back over here. And we're going to change... how do we want to do this? You know how I want to do this. I actually want to move that bucket of water to this side. Actually, I want to empty out that barrel. Then I want to move the bucket of water. So we're going to move the bucket of water to the other side. But first we're going to put this hopper down. Whoops, that's facing the wrong way, I bet. There we are. Place the hopper facing into the stone barrel and the bucket of water right next to it. And in that hopper, if I want to produce netherrack, all I need to do is throw in some redstone. So I need 2 glowstone bricks, so I only need 4 redstone in there to make this work. I toss my redstone in. The hopper will put redstone into the stone barrel full of lava as soon as it fills up all of the way. And to help with it filling a little bit faster, what I can do is I can make sure that that's currently disconnected and right-click that guy. And now it's going to output into there, keeping this barrel filled up a lot more quickly. And as you can see, it is creating netherrack as it goes. And then I can turn that back to the other direction once I have my 4 netherrack. Now, once that fills back up, I'm still going to be passively producing lava. So I may as well have this guy, or this connection, I can't quite hit it without breaking things. That's okay. This connection right here set to input into that barrel. So it's going to fill up the tank, then it's going to make sure that that barrel is full, and then it's going to start filling up this stone barrel. And when that stone barrel fills up, there will be some obsidian formed, which I'm going to need to move this lever for the moment because I don't have another one on me. There we go. As you can see, I've been producing a fair bit of obsidian already. Just passively letting the crucible here create more lava for me. Okay, so now I need to collect myself a little bit of soul sand, just the one. And I'm going to stick my induction smelter along my power line. Shut off all of its connections. And this can use up to 40 redstone flux per tick, where this biofuel generator is producing 160 per tick. So I'm way overproducing for the purposes of that, at least. All right, I'm going to need to produce more biofuel sometime soon here, but I've got a pretty good stack of everything at the moment. So I'm wondering if I can turn that on and ignore it for a bit. Because per item, I am producing 275. So one go is 1,375. So it should only use one item when I turned it on. Yep. Yeah. Buffer is staying quite full, and it is slowly processing into biofuel, which is getting dumped into the reactor next door. So I'm pretty sure at this point I have enough of a backlog that this whole thing should fill itself up and stop processing naturally. All right, so I'm going to put in my soul sand and my netherrack. It instantly starts processing, goes very, very fast. And now I have 2 nether brick, no sulfur. That's okay. It's not a big deal. Now, why am I going for the magma crucible? Well, in the magma crucible, I will be able to melt some of the redstone that I am generating. So let me look that up again. I'm going to need another machine frame. Oh, all of my aluminum is in my inventory. And I'm going to need another reception coil, which I should really teach it to make that schematic on its own. But, oh, and I also need to make a leadstone energy cell frame. So you need a fair bit of redstone before you can even think about making this guy. No problem. Bump, 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 bump. There we are, and there. 1 magma crucible. Now, the magma crucible is going to be used, I can toss that conductance coil for now, with, oh wait, I need hardened glass for the conduits, don't I? Redstone energy conduit, whoops. Yes, I need hardened glass and electrum. I already have the electrum. To make the hardened glass, I need to create myself a pulverizer. So, thermal expansion tech in 1 episode, go. Need more glass. Ah, crud. I knew I'd run into a hurdle at some point in time. Do I have any sand lying around anywhere? Just 5. Okay, I'm going to get myself some more sand, and I'll be back soon. Alright, I'm back with another stack of glass all smelted up. As you can see, I made myself some toast as I was running out of food, but I have stacks and stacks of, well, maybe not stacks and stacks. I'm actually not certain how much wheat I have. Yeah, I used almost all of my wheat, but I made myself a full stack of toast. Toast is actually pretty fantastic early game food. 2 full hunger bars and a full saturation bar. And you can combine it with some other things to get some even better food. Like as soon as I have some cheese and butter, which I will have sometime in the very near future. Or if I want to get really fancy about it, I can combine it with some cheese and some mushrooms and make stuffed mushrooms. Admittedly, not as good of a food, but, you know, stuffed mushrooms are awesome. BLTs, hamburgers, lots of options for the toast. All right, let's take our glass. Let's make our, what are we doing? Pulverizer? Yeah, I believe a pulverizer. I swear I had a stack. There's the rest of it. Okay. So for the pulverizer, first I need the machine frame. Then I think I need a reception coil for a pulverizer, don't I? You know what? That's it. I'm done. Why do I have lapis in there anyway? Another schematic. Put you there. Pulverizer. Reception coil. Click. Put you on the 3rd one. Write that schematic in. Good. Now I don't have to make it manually ever again. I'm also going to need a piston. Easy peasy. And I need a couple of flint for the pulverizer. But I have some in here, I'm certain. Or, oh, yes. Yes, I do. All right, 2 emeralds, 1 diamond in there. Need more stuff. Need another diamond, and then I can make another autonomous activator instead of moving one of the 3 that I have around. That'd be a lot of... That'd just be really nice, you know? Have all of the things I need, not need to move things around. All right. So, I'm also going to need some lead. I am out of lead. That's okay, I can fix that. There's a lot of things that I'm just kind of, all right, I'll fix that. All right, I'll fix that. All right, I'll fix that too. Okay, so in the pulverizer goes, well, let's go with 30 of the obsidian that I've been, no, yes, 30. 30 is a good number for it. 30 of the obsidian I've been collecting, and we're going to output from there on the right-hand side. Set the induction smelter to input on that slot from the left-hand side, and now I have pulverized obsidian. When pulverized obsidian is induction smelted with lead, I will get the hardened glass that I need to make the redstone energy conduits. Oops. Toss some of this in here. Uses 1 lead and 8 obsidian. Yes, 1 lead, 8 obsidian becomes 2 hardened glass. And every time the pulverizer pulverizes 1 obsidian, it turns into 4 pulverized obsidian because of balance, cross-mod balance issues, apparently. I don't remember the exact reason. So, what's next? Well, I'm going to need a liquid it used to be a liquid transposer. It is now a fluid transposer to finish this off. And that requires a bucket, a machine frame, and a reception coil. Fantastic. Whoops. Click, click, reception coil, click, 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 machine frame. This is why I love the machinist workbench. When you're mass producing certain items, it goes very, very quickly. All right. So I'm going to make myself quite a few of those. Sprinting is really not happy on the server right now. So I'm going to grab 12 hardened glass out of there. I'm going to stick this fluid transposer directly on top of the magma crucible. The magma crucible is set to output to the top, and the fluid transposer is set to accept input from the bottom. I'm going to insert some redstone into the magma crucible to melt it down, but I'm going to show you exactly how much I'm going to need before I do that. So, if I take my 16 electrum ingots and I put them on the side, and I take my 12 hardened glass and I put that in the middle, well, now I can make myself a whole bunch of these redstone energy conduits. And each redstone energy conduit requires 200 millibuckets of destabilized redstone to fill. Destabilized redstone is created 100 millibuckets at a time from regular redstone. So I can only actually fill up 20 of these with the 40 redstone that I have. And I'm not even going to use that much. I'm only going to do 10 of them at the moment. But all I need to do is dump that in there. And I'm going to check on my bioreactor. Still doing fine. Fantastic. Now, this magma crucible can use up to 400 redstone flux per tick. So it's actually going to burn this stuff a lot faster than the bioreactor can support. I mean, the biofuel generator can support on its own. But as you can see, this bioreactor can easily keep ahead of the biofuel generator with just 5 items in it, and it can support up to 9. So we're going to be increasing the efficiency, and eventually we're going to have a number of those biofuel generators powering our early base. So there's the redstone energy conduit that I needed. Hang on. Open the quest book up. I'm now going to need the rednet energy cable. Oh, I need more electrum for that. That's okay. So I don't need to use the smeltery anymore to create most of my alloys because I have the induction smelter available. So I'm going to grab myself 8 gold and 8 silver. These are going to go into the induction smelter to create my electrum that I need for the rednet energy cables. Take my pulverized obsidian out. Actually have more obsidian than I needed, but that's okay. I will use the rest later. Got a bit of a Soren chest situation going on here. Once again, it's fine. It's whatever. It's no big deal. Alright, rednet energy cables. Besides the electrum, require rednet cables, which is just redstone and plastic. Easy peasy. I have plenty of plastic back in the base. Or at least I hope I do. Disorganized chest for the win. Oh wow, actually I'm just about out of plastic. That's okay. I have plenty of raw rubber that I can cook up into plastic. I should set up a rubber tree farm sometime in the near future. Okay, here we are. Half there, and there. Alright, back as soon as this finishes cooking. Okay, folks, I'm back with my raw plastic, which I'm going to very quickly turn into some plastic sheets and fail at. Alright, need the rednet energy cable, which is made with redstone and plastic. 8. Really? It comes in 8s because I need to use 6 at a time? Ugh, that's a mess. Hang on. So that's 9, 18, and so 6 times that is actually 12 redstone. So it's a lot less efficient. So my option is to make 3 times as much as I absolutely have to just to use my resources efficiently. Nope, not going to happen, because 1, I don't have 3 times as many of the resources as I need. And 2, it's just no. Just no. Okay, and my Electrum gets me my red net energy cable. Yay! Round of applause. Now I can pick either a culinary generator, a high temperature furnace generator, or a heated redstone generator. And you may have noticed, I'm producing an awful lot of redstone over there, so I may as well grab the heated redstone generator. I'm going to claim that reward to go with my reward bag and my quarter of a heart. In the reward bag, I get 16 corn seeds. Useful, not like fantastic. Get rid of the put the quarter of a heart away. Check out what's next on the quest line. Well, next, Feel My Power unlocks 4 quests. This is the capstone of the Learning to Skyblock list. And to complete that one, I need a resonant flux capacitor. So I need to basically finish the entirety of the thermal expansion tech line. Yeah. So that's not going to happen right now. Instead, let me check the time. Okay, we're just about at the wrapping up point. I'm almost out of time for today, so let's grab the powered processing quest that I happened to complete along the way. Take the middle bag out of that. Let me condense my heart slightly as I'm running out of room. I got a diamond hammer with Fortune 3, which is really nice, and a greater reward bag, which is going to cause a mess when I open it, but that's okay. I don't mind a bit of a mess sometimes. Open this up. And 4 copper beech saplings. It claims to be a useful reward, but I don't believe it. Not even a little. Alright, so that's going to be all of our time for today, folks. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, please leave a thumbs up and tell me what you liked. If you have not, please leave a thumbs down and tell me what you did not like. And I will see you next time.